guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a full first impressions and demo using a new product that I recently got from Dermablend. This is exciting because I do have an excellent track record with Dermablend face products. I love their foundations and also their concealer and setting powder. I use them almost all the time. They're always in my circulation of product. So when I did receive this product, I knew I had to put it to the test because I've had such a great track record. And this one is their Cover Cream. This is their titanium dioxide sunscreen. It has SPF 30 and it's supposed to be medium to full coverage. So if you want to hear all my thoughts and see a demo using this product, then just keep on watching. All right, let's just dive right into this review and demo. This is a first impressions using this Dermablend product. This is their Cover Cream. Previously, I have tried two other of their foundations. I love the Flawless Creator. This gives a very natural, it just makes your skin look like absolutely perfect. And then this one here, their Smooth Liquid Camo. This is more of a full coverage matte. I'm not gonna lie, I have super high expectations for this product because all of the products that I've tried from Dermablend, their foundations, concealer, and their setting powders have been such high quality, top-notch products. So I do have pretty high expectations for this. So let's just dive in. You may notice my lips are purpley blue. It's just something that happens to me when I'm really cold. My fingernails, my toes, and my lips go really, really blue. I'm bundled up, like I got my slippers on, I have like a sweater on, and I'm still just feeling a little chilly today. So don't mind that. We'll put lipstick on later to cover that up. I've already gone in with my moisturizer, but I also wanted to do a little bit of primer. So I'm just using a moisturizing primer. I really love using a moisturizing primer in the winter months. I find it just necessary for me, so I just spread that all over my face. I put it on exactly like a moisturizer. I'm also going to go in with this. This is their Dermablend's Insta Grip Jelly Primer 3-in-1 Multitasking Primer. It honestly just feels like sticky, and you would assume that you wouldn't like the feeling on your face, but I don't, like, once it's on and applied, you don't feel it. So I like just applying that to areas where I tend to get super oily. So just really my T-zone and my smile lines. Like, I really find that that's where my foundation settles in and stuff like that. So I figured do it there, get that over with. While that's sinking into the skin, let's talk about the packaging. This comes in a really interesting packaging. At first when I saw it, I thought it was a concealer, but it is quite big for a concealer pod, but it really gives you the vibe once you look into it. So this is what it looks like. And like when you dip your finger in, it feels like really rock solid, but then it starts to melt right into your skin. So let me just swatch this shade for you. This again, 25N. You can really tell it just looks exactly like my skin. So I'm gonna go ahead in with a foundation brush for this. Start kind of working my brush into it, warming it up so it kind of melts. And then I guess I'm gonna start applying. Holy moly. No joke. So I think I'm gonna do 2 swipes on each side of the cheeks. Little on the chin and nose. Okay, let's start with this and see what happens. I'm going to be using a buffing brush. This is from Real Techniques. It's just their expert face brush, and I'm going to spray it. This is a fix it forget it setting spray, but it's more of like a luminous one, just to give more like oomph. I just want to be able to move the product around easier. So let's start buffing this in circular motions into the skin. Wow, that's really pretty. The amount that I put on my face, I think gave like a very light to medium coverage. I think this could be incredibly buildable because I can't even, like, now that it's blended in, I really cannot feel it or really even see it. I don't know if you could see, but I have a blemish on my chin and this really just got rid of it. Shade match wise, this is bang on. 25N is really my perfect color. Got rid of that discoloration around my nose instantly. I do look like ghostly on camera, but it's not that bad in person, I swear. The setting spray definitely allows me to move it around a lot easier, that's for sure. But I am so impressed. This looks really nice. I'm really happy with this. Again, I know I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder and I look so ghostly, but it's just the way she goes in the winter time. So this is what it's looking like with one layer. It honestly gave such great coverage with the minimal amount that I put on my skin. I'm gonna try and just go in some of my problem areas with a little bit more. So around the nose, on my chin, maybe a bit around my eyes. Just kind of doing a little bit extra just to see. Again, same kind of technique, spraying the brush. And I'm gonna try pushing more than doing those circular motions just to see if I can get, yeah, like that pimple is like completely covered now. There we go. Wow. So just with the consistency of this, I'm not sure how it would work with a beauty blender. I'm definitely gonna try that, and I will let you know in the description box down below how that goes. I'll try that tomorrow. But with the brush, I am loving it. I think this looks really, really great. So I really think that this has absolutely medium coverage with the chance of building it up. It is super buildable. It's lightweight. It feels really, really silky once it's applied. And you would think it wouldn't be, because if you look at it and you think, oh, this is gonna be like really drying on the skin, not at all. Like, it was easy to move around. Mind you, I did spray my brush with a little bit of setting spray just to help move it around even easier, but it really did glide on nicely. It gives a really pretty amount of coverage. I am loving it so far. I am going to jump off camera, finish the rest of my makeup, just add a little bit of color back to the skin, because I'm really like, this really neutralized everything on my face. So gonna jump off camera, add some concealer, a little bit of blush, bronzer, all that good stuff, and I will be right back to talk a little bit more about the product. Alrighty, we are back. I finished up the rest of my makeup and honestly, really loving it. Everything applied really nicely on top. I have been using a lot more creams lately, which is so not like me. I feel like I recently said like I just can't get into the cream movement, but now I'm all aboard. I love it. I've been using cream contour, cream blush, and I haven't really been doing that much highlight lately because I find that my blushes, because they are cream, really do add a lot more kind of glow to the skin. So anyway, been loving that. So let's talk a little bit more about this foundation. Honestly, I'm really happy with it. It definitely gives a medium to buildable coverage, which I think is excellent, but it's still really nice for every day because it really does allow your birthmarks and freckles to show through, which I think is really pretty. I can tell that this is gonna be a long-lasting foundation just by the way that it sits on my skin. It's supposed to last up to 16 hours, and I feel like that's super believable. Just because it really did melt into the skin as I was applying it with the brush, I felt like you couldn't even really tell that I had foundation on, which is the best feeling ever, because nothing's worse than when you're applying something that's a little bit more on the full coverage or even medium coverage side and you can see just the layers that's happening. This was totally not the case. It really does melt right into the skin. So I did want to read a little bit about it. Besides the fact that it does have 16 hour of wear time, it is supposed to be fragrance free. It's supposed to be ultra covering, all day hydration, and never cakey. So totally agree with that. It definitely is not cakey whatsoever. Hydrating wise, I mean, I did a lot of skin prep before I did my serum, moisturizer, hydrating primer. So I feel like that in combination really helps. I also am more on the oily side than dry side. That being said, I can see this being a good product for anyone who is a little bit more on the dry side just because of how creamy it felt once you rubbed your finger in or brush into the product. So one thing that I didn't read about was this application advice that they have, and probably because not many foundations come in this kind of form nowadays. This is more of like a concealer type of packaging. So I think that is why they have application advice on their website. So it does say for step 1 to rub your fingers in circular motion into the product, which I did do at the beginning, but then I started started doing it with my brush, so I feel like that's a similar effect. That's just to warm up the product and then you can apply it on your desired area, so that's exactly what I did. Step 2 is blending. Build coverage by tapping on additional product to achieve desired look. So I did go in with circular motions with the brush at first, but when I went in with that second layer, remember I did more of a pushing, and that is when I saw a lot more coverage coming through, which was really, really nice. Apply setting powder and leave on for 2 minutes, buff on. Alrighty, so I got cut off, so I'm not exactly sure where I left off, but I think I was talking about setting. So I did set underneath my eyes. Anywhere where I put concealer is where I usually apply setting powder, but I did not set all over my face. So if I do notice that that is like a drastic, you know, issue, I'll let you know in the description box down below. But as of right now, I'm not noticing anything. A little bit of creasing into my smile lines, but that is honestly every single product I use does that. I don't think I'm ever gonna get away from it. All right, so let's talk about the 2 final items here. Let's talk about price and let's talk about shade range. So shade range wise, there are 10 shades, which I thought was a little bit shocking. Dermablend typically has a really extensive shade range with their foundations. So I was a bit surprised when I only saw 10, but one really good thing about Dermablend's shades is that they always do categorize them in neutral, warm, and cool. So that's really nice. So as you guys know, I'm actually, can't remember if I told you or not, but I am in the shade Natural Beige, which is 25N, so N being neutral. In the winter months, I do like to go in with a neutral undertone, whereas in the summer months, when I get a little bit more sun to my skin, I tend to warm up really quickly and get a lot more olive pull, so I will go to warm. But in the winter, I love neutral. Honestly, if you are really unsure, it's best to stick with neutral so that you don't go too far on either side. Price-wise, it is $45 Canadian, but right now it's actually on sale, which is awesome. So it's on sale for their big Boxing Day sale, 15% off site-wide. So it is $38.25 Canadian. I get a lot of questions whenever I do Dermablend products, where can you buy it? So you can buy them online. They have a Canadian and a US website, so those are really great options. If you're Canadian, they do sell Dermablend at Shoppers Drug Mart and I believe Rexall. And then if you're American, they do have it at Ulta. So you have a few options if you do want to see the products in person as well. All that to say, I'm honestly really, really impressed. I didn't know if I was gonna love this product as much as I love the other foundations that I've tried from Dermablend, but so far I'm really liking it. I almost feel like this is the best out of the 3 foundations that I've tried. This is the best everyday one because it is a little bit less coverage than the other 2. The Flawless Creator is amazing. I love this, but it's more of like a special occasion, night out type of wear. And same with the Smooth Liquid Camo. This is the one that I'll go to in the summer because it's so matte. It is not gonna budge. Not gonna slip and slide around your face in the heat. So this might be a really good addition to my kind of repertoire for more of an everyday, you know, maybe I'm staying home, but I wanna have like a good complexion for my Zoom calls, whatever it may be. So that's where I'm kind of thinking this one's gonna land. I'm also really interested to see how this works as more of a spot concealer, spot foundation, maybe paired with one of the other foundations as well, because it does really do a good job of covering. I had a blemish on my chin and I didn't even need to go in with concealer on top of it because this took care of it with the 2 layers that I did. So I am interested to see how this can be played around a little bit differently than just as your typical foundation. Maybe it's more of a spot treatment. Not too sure, but very excited, and keep an eye out for my favorite videos. I'll always update you guys on how products that I've reviewed throughout the month are kind of working out for me. So all that to say, I'm definitely giving this product 2 thumbs up so far. Check the description box. I always leave a little bit more information on how it wears throughout the rest of the day. I don't typically film wear tests just because I'm so forgetful. I'll like film an update and then I'll forget. It's just not my best. But let me know if that is something that you prefer seeing rather than my description box updates. And I will make a conscious effort to be better at them. But let me know what you prefer. If you prefer these style videos where I just take you through the demo and all the facts about the products, leave you an update in the description box, or if you want to see more of a wear test throughout the day. All that to say, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and of course, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.